Hi, I'm Anna and welcome back to my channel, Building a Business.
So if you've watched some of my previous videos, then you know I'm under contract on my very first rental property. And so as promised, I'm going to be going over what my expected returns are for this particular property. This property I'm purchasing from a turnkey company. And so first I'm going to go over the numbers that the turnkey company sent me, which in my mind is the very best case scenario, and see how they expect this property to perform. So the property I'm purchasing is in Florissant, Missouri, so that's where I've written that. And then it's just best case because I don't think this is going to be super accurate, at least not in the long term. If I scroll down, let's go to the purchase. So I'm purchasing the property for $165,000. Of course, in the estimate that I got from the turnkey company, they put my purchase closing costs as zero, and they argued they do that because they don't know what my closing costs will be. However, of course, that does mess with the numbers a bit. But just to keep things simple, I kept that as zero to go along with their best case scenario. If I keep going to my loan details, so I'm putting 25% down, which means my loan is for 75% of the purchase price, or $123,750. The turnkey company I'm working with expected my interest rate to be 3.5%. It's actually slightly lower, but again, this scenario, we're going with what the turnkey company gave me. Loan terms is 30 years, and on to the income. Now, the turnkey company currently has a renter in the home already, and they have signed a 2-year lease. And so their lease for the first year, they're paying $1,295 per month. And then for the second year, their rent will jump up to $1,345 per month. And so, of course, the turnkey company used the larger number to estimate their monthly rental income. If we scroll down to the expenses, they estimated the property taxes to be $165 per month, and that's based off of the past property taxes. They estimated insurance to be $57 per month. Now, this is where I feel their values might be slightly off. They estimated their repairs and maintenance to be 4%, and they grouped that in with their capital expenditures. So in total, their repairs and maintenance plus capital expenditures, they're estimating at 4%. Now, my guess is for the first few years that may be the case because they have done an extensive rehab of the property. And so theoretically, we should have a few years before things start needing replacement and repair. That being said, I really doubt 4% will last more than a couple years. In terms of vacancy, they say 4%. On the phone, they also said that they've really been averaging more like 3% across all of their properties, and so they think 4% is an overestimation, but I'd much rather be more conservative than not. And this is based off of what they sent me in their projections for my properties, so we've got 4% there. Management fees for this company is 10%, which is pretty typical. And then electricity, gas, water, and sewer are all paid by the tenant, and there are no HOA fees, and again, garbage paid by the tenant. Now, if I go to update analysis, you can see the monthly cash flow of $325 per month. Now, the monthly cash flow that's returned here on BiggerPockets was about $50 less than what the turnkey company expected the returns to be based off of the analysis they sent me. And when I looked into it further to try to figure out what was causing the discrepancy, I found that the issue had to do with the repairs and maintenance. Now, I don't know if the turnkey company genuinely just messed up on their analysis and it was just human error, or if they were trying to be purposely misleading, but they calculated the expenses for the repairs and maintenance at $53 per month, but then when they ran their analysis, they accidentally or purposely changed per month to per year. So instead of paying $53 per month for maintenance and repairs, which already is probably a little low, they were saying that I would only be paying 53 divided by 12 per month. So that's where that $50 discrepancy came in. But if we just use their numbers and fix their mistake, then they are expecting a monthly cash flow of $325 per month. That's because the income is $1,345 per month from the rent, and the expenses come out to just over $1,000 per month. Now, the cash on cash return they're expecting is 9.46%. And of course, that's significantly higher than it would actually be for a number of reasons, but mainly because they are expecting my closing cost to be $0. So I redid this calculation with numbers that I think are more reasonable. So here, again, Florissant, because my property is in Florissant, Missouri, and these are more of my expected values. So if I go to the purchase, now this is the same. I'm still purchasing it for $165,000. The purchase closing costs, I don't know the exact amount because I'm still in the process of closing. Unfortunately, my closing date keeps getting pushed back and pushed back, so I'm a little nervous about that. But the expected closing costs are about $5,180. Now for the loan details, again, my mortgage is going to be for 75% of the purchase price because I'm putting 25% down. My interest rate is slightly lower than my turnkey company was expecting. It's 3.375%. Points charged are 0. Loan term is 30 years. In terms of the rental income, like I said earlier, I'm using the number for this year, which is $1,295. And then next year, the number will jump up to $1,345 based off of the 2-year lease that the tenant signed. So next, moving on to expenses. Same property taxes. Insurance is slightly less because the insurance that I got was about $100 less per year than what the turnkey company was expecting. In terms of repairs and maintenance, I bumped that up from 4% to 5%. For capital expenditures, I bumped that up from 0 to 5%. And then in terms of vacancy, I bumped it up from 4% to 5%. Management fees are the same, 10%. And again, all of these expenses are covered by the tenant and there are no HOA fees. So if we update our analysis, the monthly cash flow has decreased to $213 per month. That being said, I'm still very happy with getting $213 per month. The cash-on-cash return is very bad, and I fully understand that. This property that I'm purchasing, I know it's not a home run property. I know I could get way better. The main reason I'm starting out by purchasing a property through a turnkey company is because I really need baby steps to get to my final goal. And so for me, purchasing a property on my own without the experience of others felt completely overwhelming and kind of felt like I would probably never end up doing it. And so purchasing this property through the turnkey company has been an invaluable lesson for me, regardless of what the returns are. I'm lucky and this turnkey company has been very helpful in walking me through the steps and really making sure I'm doing everything correctly. And so I have learned so much in this past month of being under contract on this property that I know for me it was worth it regardless of what the returns are. Assuming that over the long run I will be cash flow positive, that I am very happy with this purchase. That being said, I really don't think I'm ever going to go through a turnkey company again because the numbers just really don't make sense. So that's my property. Definitely not amazing returns expected, but I learned a lot and I'm so excited to finally have a rental property under my belt and really begin my journey. Now, just to be ultra conservative, I'm going to create a very worst case situation. So if I scroll down, I'm keeping everything the same. What I'm changing are my expenses. I'm going to bump my repairs and maintenance up to 10%, my vacancy up to 10%, and my capital expenditures up to 10%. Everything else is staying the same. And when I update my analysis, you can see that I'm still slightly cash flow positive. Obviously, I would never go into this deal if I thought those were the numbers I would be getting. However, I do feel a lot more confident knowing that even in what I consider the very worst case scenario, I will still be cash flow positive. I never want this property to be a burden in that it costs me more per month than I make from it. So while I don't think I will ever use a turnkey company again, I did learn so much from the month that I've been under contract so far. And then going forward, I expect to purchase and rehab properties on my own and hopefully get much better returns. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully in the next week or two I'll be able to upload a video saying that I officially closed on the property and own my very first rental property.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, please like it below and subscribe to follow along on my journey.